My name is Judy Bauer, and this is our 13th year with the Civil Heritage Foundation. And we walked around all these years playing a civilian, but I don't think we've ever given a presentation of where we got our personas. It's after my great-great-grandmother, and she was, let me back up a little bit. She was married at a very young age, at the age of 15, to a judge out of Virginia. When the war started, during that time, before the war started, I had 6 sons. Unfortunately, 3 were for the North, 3 were for the South, and they fought as such. My grandfather decided, okay, my husband decided we were going to go into Kentucky, because at that time Kentucky hadn't really committed, and we bought a place on the Sandy River. And he built his estate there. He continued to travel, be a travel judge, and to keep up his end of the bargain with the jurisdictions. My grandmother was she was a very short, stout woman, very fashionable, very smart-witted, educated. She was educated in Europe, and her family came from a wealthy family, as my grandfather did. And she would travel twice a year to Europe to buy all the fashions of the time. And when the war broke out, she became an advocate, actually, for enslaved. We brought 11 slaves with us when we went to Kentucky. But all the slaves, we didn't own them, they were free slaves. But they chose to remain with us. And in our family memoirs, we actually have letters of one of the mistress slaves that were in charge of all the kids. She got very upset with my grandmother because they didn't come down for Christmas desserts. And it was just more like family. In fact, the cemetery holds both the slaves and the family in Franklin, Kentucky, which is now Franklin, Kentucky, County of Kentucky. And my grandfather, he was actually assassinated, and the day after, supposedly mathematics had happened. There's a little bit of controversy on that in writings, but within a short period of time, and for handing down an acquittal on a black man that was accused of murder, and during the war, right before it actually had ended. And as a result, because we remember it was taking place in Virginia, when he went back to sit on the bench, he was shot dead when my grandmother was coming out of the building meeting for lunch. And that's why our personas are actually our family. Mary plays my sister-in-law, she was a widow in 1864, because her husband, of course, was killed in the war, and he had fought for the North. And I only had 3 sons that survived the war, 2 Confederate and 1 Union. And one we believe was killed here at Gettysburg, but there's only 3 on the march to Washington, so it had to be here. In our family books. But I was really blessed that I was handed down the family book, leather bound, that my great aunt had done. She was going blind. She was a school teacher back in Franklin, and besides, before she went blind, she would do the family history, and it dates back to 1600 on American soil. And we are part of the Ritchie family in Richmond, Virginia, and again to Franklin, Kentucky. Our heritage is there as well. On my mother's side, we also date back to Pocahontas. On her side, we are Rolfs. So we've been here a long time. So, that's what Mary and I do. We've never really, other than walking around in dresses, nobody really understood where we came from and what our personas were. Questions? Yeah, it's strong. It was on my mother's side, yeah. In my genealogy books, it doesn't really relate to him. Of course, he was the North, and we were all South. We were all Southern, So, well, Richmond, Virginia. The strong bits, I guess. He gave Chamberlain the orders to go to Round Top. And of course, he didn't have any descendants, so we didn't have any descendants passed on, but it was the relation of the family on the North side. Any questions?